The host.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah,
1 minute. Okay, let me confirm.
Sure.
Let me confirm.
All right.
Make host. Okay, so you can share now. You are the host now.
All right.
So my subscription currently is not the pro yet. I usually do this. My Zoom subscription is not the pro yet. That's why it's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm only entitled to 40 minutes, after which you can go out and come in again. Right. Okay. So at this point,
set it to recurring meeting so that it will allow us to use the same link.
No, it's okay. We'll just be done with this. No, normally I don't have to do this. When I have consistent events coming up is when I pay for subscription. So that's what I need to do, and it'll take me for the.
As in, set the settings to recurring meeting.
Okay. Okay. You mean even under this same version? I've never tried that.
Once you set it to recurring meeting,
Okay.
after 40 minutes, just click back.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Thank
the same.
God. Oh, okay, it will now
Just set
resume.
it
It
to
will resume the
recurring.
next one. Okay, no. I'll now get it now. I have the idea
So
now. I'll
when
try
next,
that.
just
I know,
select
of course,
that
yeah.
recurring meeting.
Odu, call for me, yeah. All right. Okay, great. So
Alright, sir.
now let's go to where we now want to do allocation of people. When we have defined all these roles, the next is you need to be able to know how to allocate role users to the roles. You need to know how to allocate users to these defined roles. So that takes you to the item called entity role mapping. So how many of that programs have we mentioned now? We've mentioned roles. Those are the most critical. Every other one are just aesthetics. That roles permission. Then of all these long lists, these are the things you really need. Every other thing are just aesthetics that we are working to improve on, or additions and all that, and that we can come up with. Now, we're now going to entity role mapping. Entity role mapping. Now we go to entity role mapping. Now that we know what roles are, we now know how to define. After defining the roles, guess what? The actual staff that were employed has to be attached to these defined roles. Please, you need to understand it up to that point very well. Are we okay with that?
Yes, sir.
So at this point, we want to allocate staff to the roles. And as you can see from the entity role mapping, you will see the list of all the staff emails to your left-hand side. Are you with me? Then, to your right-hand side, you will see the list of roles that you can pick from. So let's pick that head of account that we modified. Head of accounts. No, not that. No, please, under the role, go up, right, top right, select. No, uncheck that. Top right. Okay. We want to select a role.
Okay.
You will see head of accounts. Now, okay, hold on, let me explain. So, I told you that. Yeah, exactly. Please, I don't know whether you understand this very well. Now, this officer is the one that heads that FinCon, and she's properly mapped to the FinCon, which is just fine. But if she was not there and we are doing it and fresh, assuming there's a change in the button, you just check the officer email on the right, and you click on add, and the system will transfer the email to this side, to the selected role, and you are done. And as soon as you do that, this officer with this email will receive an email saying that the administrator of the company has allocated a new role to that officer. And going forward, she will be able to act in that capacity. And you don't even need to meet with the staff with you. Don't forget that the work is virtual. It may be virtual. This may be your Abuja branch staff. So all the staff gets is an email saying that you have allocated a role. And if the officer continues to go to a place of accessing the areas that you have allocated, she will be granted access just for you to have done this as the administrator. I don't know whether you get that.
I know.
Now, in the converse, you can withdraw this role from the officer. Are you with me?
So just click on
Thank
this.
you. I say remove, thanks, but please don't. You understand?
I'm not.
But then there's something we hid here. We did not. I want you to communicate that something has been taken off. We didn't want to communicate that because I don't know, but you know, it won't be right.
Let me try and do a mapping for you now. Let me do a mapping. A whole mapping. Yeah. Let's say I want to pick this.
Yes.
I have to first pick
the role. Yeah, like for you now. Okay, let's go to. Okay, you should be in one department. Go ahead. Let's even see whether you are in operations. Please pick operations. Let's see. For you, you need the privilege of being in operation because you should know it all. Okay, luckily for you, you are there.
Yes.
But if you want to remove yourself, you are the administrator. You can remove yourself.
So let me just check.
Yes.
Remove myself.
Thank you.
Out. So once I'm to add now.
Thank you. You just check yourself and add back.
That's good.
And please check your mail. You would have received a mail that an administrator, which is yourself, giving yourself the tonic. But do you know something? Let me just describe what you have just done now. Let me just describe what you've just done now. In some organizations see this as a risk.
Why?
You know, you administrators, even companies are afraid of you. I don't know whether you're getting that.
Yeah.
So that they can now break the admin into 2 levels or more to say that you and maybe the MD have to work together to complete this process so that what you have just done now to yourself should not be possible. It should have been another officer who should do that for you. Another admin who should do that for you. But we have assumed that in most places, it's only one admin that they have. But what you have just done now, giving access to yourself, many companies will frown at it. I don't know whether you're getting me. So, but then, what if I ask you, in the admin, how many of you are active? And do you know one thing? If both of you were set up as admin and you begin to create levels, and all of you are not together to take these decisions, then that means it might be counterproductive because certain jobs may require some urgency, and you guys are not coming together for a concession to be able to do or take certain actions when they need them. And your job, overall operation, may be impacted by that ordinarily. I don't know whether you get that point. Aha. So, like I say, it depends on the internal. So that being given, the next is that we should now know how to now create the users. We have known how to allocate users to the roles. We've known how to what roles really mean. We've known how to even define the roles. Let's now see where to go to if you want to create a new user on the application. That's the last part of it now. So we want to start by how do we create a staff user? A new user, yes. How do you create a user? Now, please take note, there are 3 classes of users, 3 types of users. One is admin user. 2 is an ordinary user.
What do you call the second one?
First is admin. The second one is we'll just call that one just user, which is just a general operation, general staff. That's a non-admin person is called user.
Okay, the third one.
And the third one is client user, client.
Client user, okay.
And please, the business about this is that the admin person, how does it different from the other? It's just the staff of the company, but it has superior privilege to managing what we are like to come to this place and manage all these things that we are doing. That is why he's the admin. But as a user, you do not have the privilege of coming here and doing all this that we are doing. I don't know whether you can see that distinguishing factor. So that line of difference is very clear. A user can do anything on the application, but he can never come to admin to modify or do anything. You can't even have access to that place. But a user has access to the admin and can configure roles and configure privileges and do all the necessary activities. Am I okay? Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Now, but then the client is now organization customers whom you are giving access to log in and only for the purpose of going to their account profiles. Please take notes. They don't come to your back office. Once they are able to log in, it takes them straight to their portfolio only. And while in their portfolio, they can see the account statements, they can print it, they can peruse and do anything, and they can even, by extension, proceed to go and trade online if given the privilege. But actually, when you are managing your customers, it's not every customer that you grant access to go to the trading board. And you need to note that very clearly. Some customers need to also be protected, especially some very elderly parents who are your core investors, whom sometimes by chance their children are the ones managing even their bank apps. And don't forget that most of these accounts can be in direct cash settlement, and their children can initiate a sale. Once they initiate a sale, credit coming into the bank, and they're the ones that will move the money when the parents are not aware. So you yourself as the service provider has to also think about who you are allocating access to as an investor, and how protected that person can be, and how knowledgeable of the internet is the person. These are the things you consider. And for also ensuring that the person understands the implication of booking mandates when the person is online to trade. It's not just about the form of trading. You also have to be indemnified, because you will not have the control. Once the account is funded, you can buy anything. Once the stock is available, you can sell anything. And that decision is the investors, not of Shalom at that point anymore. So sometimes you need to come up with what we call like an SLA that makes your understanding, that gives that clear understanding to your investor clients before allocating access to them. It's good to do, but these are the concerns that you need to make sure that you manage for legal consequences. Because sometimes somebody will just come and say, somebody sold 10,000 units of my GTB, I'm not aware. And I say, you have direct access to your account and you have traded it yourself. And they said they didn't know. Maybe the children did that. And we have seen many of such cases. So that understanding has to also be there with the broker in managing. And that is why at the point when you want to begin to give access to your customers, the exchange and NGS group is particularly interested. They want to have interview with you, and that they do. They will hold interview with you and be sure and quiz you a bit to confirm that you thoroughly understand the implication of doing that. Sorry, I don't know whether I'm communicating.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Okay, so the NGX is always also concerned. They want to be sure that you yourself understand the implication of allowing going that route for them to be able to trade on their own. And of course, what protection do you have for them? Because like I told you, if they are vulnerable, it may not be too okay that their interest is not properly kept. You will understand them very well, their KYC and all of that, sometimes even beyond, especially in digital service rendition, where these things are virtually offered. And like I said, This status of customers by way of knowledge in technology has made some very, very vulnerable at this instance. And that is where the brokers need to also be conscious of how to help them. All right. So on the list again, we'll go there. There are two things we need to do. You will see an option there called users. Users. Where that users, ordinary users is referring to in-house staff. Ordinary users is referring to in-house staff. In-house staff. That is where you create access to an in-house staff. Are you with me? So what do you do? Well, if there is a new staff, now, okay, at this point, you now say user, you pick the first one. Though these are the other classes. Okay, there's an affiliate option which is not active. Please take note. Affiliate action, I will actually explain that because that is not active. That is like, in fact, that somehow is another level of risk on its own. That's why for now, affiliate is not active. But let me explain what it does. You realize that some people are sub-brokers or agents in the market. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So because they are agents, they bring customers to you and they themselves, though not your brokers, they want to be able to trade directly on those accounts with you. So if they have such a status, they'll be able to log in and trade on all their accounts with you. But then there's always a worry and concern and sets of issues along that line. Is why I said is not activated. Because a broker should be responsible for all trades, or a client on his own has signed an SLA to do one or two things within his account, which the broker has fashioned a service level agreement and understanding, a memorandum of understanding with such a client. So the user now is why we are here. Let's pick the user. Now, when we pick the user, assuming say last month you had a new staff and the HR has confirmed to you who this new staff is, and they are also have confirmed his work role, and they have sent a message to the HR to you as admin to say that please help set up this person so that the person can work with as an additional hand in the accounts department. I don't know whether you're getting me. Maybe this staff is called Samson. Just put their first name, Samson. Let's just type it, Samson. Then last name, Timothy or something, or Anthony, Samson, Timothy, or just anything. Now, and then this person, what is his email address? Because don't forget, the staff in question will be identified by his unique email address. And please take note, this email must be, expectedly, must be at the corporate email of Shalom Investments. It's not too proper, as is always advised, that you are using their private and personal email addresses for accessing the application to work with Shalom for every staff. It's not a norm. But where it is not available, you can go ahead and use the private. I don't know whether you're getting me. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. I'm not.
Please, just as a note, but that is very important. That by standard, every staff of the company must be working at the email of the corporate business email, and not at Yahoo, at Gmail, or anything. All right. So let's just put any email. Let's just put any email, or maybe your own. Just use your own. Just use your own email. Okay, you already have an access. You already have an access. I wouldn't want it to. I wouldn't want this one to go and damage or affect your own, because sometimes you need to also be very careful so that one person's profile does not go to conflict with another. We are just trying to test. Maybe we may not need to submit, but what I need is that you have to put an email. You have to also put a telephone number. That's all. Then followed by the gender, male, female. That's all. And do you know one thing? The last is that, look at the last option here. Locked. No by default. You leave it as you leave it as no. That is lock mode. Leave it as no, not locked, because it's an account that you are interested to be created. It mustn't be in a locked mode. Then broker skilled. I want to explain this carefully. This new stuff, if you allow broker skill to be yes, what you mean is that this staff should have access to the trading board to go to the OMS.
Okay.
I don't know whether you are.
Yes.
You understand? But if it is no, the officer will not have the privilege of clicking on the mobile on the fixed trading board and go to the OMS. It will not. That's why this one is best available for only the brokers of the house. Because non-brokers of the firm are not expected to be trading on behalf of brokers. This is the understanding. And once we are good with this,
this lock mode could also be used like to disable and inactive staff, for staff that have left.
Which one is that? No, don't worry. No, that one is a different thing altogether. There's something we call retirement.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something we call retirement. When the person leaves, you now need to do what is called retire. That retire will give an update because the retired person, the name is not deleted, but it will just flag the account so that the person will never be able to log in again. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at this point, you can now say submit, but then please, we are submitting for a live case that you may have. This is just for educational purpose. Then
we are not submitting.
Yes. So let's now go to the other one, client user access. It's the same thing as what you have just done now. But this, okay, we're too long. Just go to menu. Just click on menu. I think maybe it might just be expiry. Okay, go back to admin. Go back to admin. Aha. So this now being an assignment for you. Let's see how you fix it. So let me ask first. As it is now, where do you think is where to go to? Let's just discuss it first before you go to any form.
Permission.
No, hold on. What kind of permission?
For myself to be able to grant access.
And so, but then my question is, what do you think is wrong? Is it that is the problem that you are not giving the role, or the problem could be with the role definition? Please, I want you to distinguish that difference. Was it the role that was not defined properly? Thank you. It's the role definition. So now go to role permissions. Yes, let's go to role permissions. In fact, once you have that understanding, there's no confusion at all. Go ahead.
No, I need to note down something.
Yes. Once you get that understanding, you can't confuse yourself. Because what happened was that it's not even about you. You already have the role already. That's why you could see it. But was the role defined well? It was not defined well enough. So at this point, administrator, okay, look at the administration.
I have to go to
Thank you. Now you're talking. Yes. We are going to see the issue now.
That's
right? When we are here, user access control. Let's go to the task. Let's go to the task under it. And now, please look down. I see client user access is not checked. Client user access. Check view. Add edit view. Check it. Okay. Oh no, the remote. Always don't touch. Always don't. No. Hold on. Don't touch the delete. Always don't touch the delete. Remove the delete. So 1, 2, 3. Add edit view is fine. It's just okay. Now, while we are here, I would like you to do something. Please, compliance manager, please give it. Oh yeah, check it.
I should check them.
Yes, check it. Edit view. that statement restriction is not applicable. Let me just explain what that was to do. In some organizations, for some reason, they introduced some concepts where they do not want some set of people to have access to some statement of account. I don't know what relationship that could be. That must be a very toxic relationship. That for some reason, as you are staff there now, for somebody to say you are not entitled to view the statement of account of Shalom, can you imagine? It wasn't really in the best interest of the security, but it was provided. But to be frank with you, it was an old concept that is not even for them, it's not working anymore because they have outgrown all that long ago. But I later understood what the issue was. Are you with me? I later understood why they introduced that concept. And the reason was because the accountant at that time, or there was actually somebody in the house that was like a, how do you call somebody that is like a chameleon, not directly having the interest of the company at heart? Do you understand?
That's a passive.
Eh?
That's a passive.
Whatever it is. So the person has that kind of chameleon, double mind, and was always having an issue with the MD of the company. So they now introduced that thing, but like I told you, it's long out of fashion and not longer in vogue. So it's not even an issue to talk about. Then there are some things that we use them for support purposes, which is the certified IP in Concon that we manage, that we use it to manage certain monitoring or IP access and all that. That is for support issues. Then the resources are new set of things that we are bringing on board. It's not completed. That a couple of resources, we just put it resources. There are many information coming up with that dashboard will carry. Locking of staff, not really. I think under the support, there are a couple of things that are already taken care of. So many things here. Then statutory manager, please check this statutory manager. This one has to do with statutory, those statutory rates in transaction parameter. When things change, this is where we come to change them. But whoever is changing this has to have good knowledge of what is changing, because you don't come here to change unless there's a guideline change from the exchange. Right. And then surveillance configuration. Help us with this surveillance configuration. Let it be on. Then we are building something we call the task guide updates. That's something new. So you can now update this, update this page. Oh, hold on. Client user. Okay, we have checked that. That was even what brought us here. The client has, okay, we have checked it. Now, so updates. Submit.
What about
No, you don't. That is new, and that's what I'm saying. We use it for support. Yes. So at this point, you can submit. You don't need it. We don't need it. We get that to just confirm when people see emails are not routing, and we do that. So many things there could be for support purpose.
Okay. All right. So should I click on submit?
Yes, submit, so that it could understand why you could not go to do client setup the other time.
Yeah.
So we can now go back to that user access. Yes. Okay. You understand? Aha. So at this point, hold on. I think it's still, what will it do? So at this point, we can say add user. Or hope it's not still rolling. Is it still rolling? Let's confirm more. Is the screen rolling anywhere?
It's not showing where it's meant to show up as fields.
No, hold on. No. Not until. Okay, sorry, please go. Okay, let me close this. No, you see a plus sign that says add user.
Like a report.
No. You see a sign, add user. That's what should bring up. So add user here. You now come here, pick a client. Client. Yes. Now, when you click on client, please hold on. Something will change, allowing you to be able to search for clients from the operations department, your client's portfolio, master record. So at this point, you can search for anybody's account. Please, let's look at programmers. I think I saw my account. Is it programmers or was it my name? Let's just type PROGRA. Program. Hold on. Okay,
Okay.
software. Yeah, pick it. Yes. Now, so as it is now, it will display. It means that there's no email in my account. Are you with me? But please always take notes. The emails must be in the email account before you come to do this, because we are trying to give access to somebody. You can't do this for somebody who does not have email account documented in his account profile under account maintenance. At this point, this is not the place to update any email. You do not have any right to change anybody's email or telephone number at this point. It must be coming from how the operations people have opened the customer's file. So what simply means is that this account, my own account, does not have email address.
Exactly.
If it has an email address will show, the telephone number will show, and please go down. The only thing you do is just to change the broker skilled. That broker skilled thing that we saw the other time. This is where we'll just wrap this up now. Broker skilled is yes. What this simply means is that this customer, once you say submit, he will receive a mail. Please take note. The customer will receive a mail from where he can now use the follow up the mail and reset his password and can go log into his own account. That's all. But please, you are doing so provided the email address was correct, please. It's always good to confirm that.
So that means that for all users for Fix, we have to configure them for broker skill.
Your data governance confirms that there must be email, must be telephone number. So this update is essential, that even when they were not there before.
Do you understand my question, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
For all Fix clients, we have to enable broker skill for them.
That is the reason. That's what I'm saying, that you will know why you are giving somebody access. You can give somebody access to ordinarily access his account portfolio and see his history of transactions and not able to trade. That is when this broker skill must be no. Please take notes. And if it is that the person should trade, broker skilled must be yes. So you will know who is to trade and who not to trade. That's all. Whoever has broker skilled as yes will be able to proceed to the OMS trading board.
So that means I have to do this for all existing clients on Cloud Integra.
That's all. That's all. But then, like I told you, you need to please come up with an SLA of something, making them to understand before you are engaging them and giving them online services. Because there's a rule that the exchange.
A message. So, the management has already agreed that we send the message.
Yes. Because it's always good, and there are so many people in your database that does not even have email, does not have telephone number. But then, gradually updating all those things.
Actually doing the contact check.
Yes. Okay, please. I want to prepare for one meeting now. It was supposed to be at 12. But let me just see what I can do. But then this totally just gives you, if this helps, this is just a clear view of what you do within the admin. And this is just basic. This is all. Well, frankly.
What's the use of this surveillance? When am I supposed to use this surveillance?
We'll discuss that as upcoming essentials, really. But then what I've just given to you are the basics of the admin for your work. Even the surveillance are new things that we are bringing on board. Surveillance is just setups that you just set up once, you don't go back there. Okay. Surveillance will also include things like dual control, where somebody posts some money and you want a second person to do its authorization. We actually will have proper induction and courses, programs for all that, for people to be able to know whether to activate some of.
Yes. Before you leave.
Yes, please.
I have just 2 questions.
No, please go ahead. Please.
I have 2 questions.
Yes,
please. First question is the link to be able to share with our clients.
Oh, no. Sorry, please.
When we have
hold on, please. The link to share with your clients, there's no link anywhere. I said that as soon as you say submit, the customer at that instant receives an instant email with instruction as to how to go to your portal and reset password. You don't give password to them. They are the ones to give themselves the passwords.
All I just should need
It's
is
just
just
to
your
do
name.
this. Once you do this, that's why it's always good you try with your own personal stockbroking account. Yes. And please always start with internal account and make sure you understand. That's where the exchange is coming from. Do you thoroughly use it yourself? Do you understand it before you are giving to outsiders? Because you need that experience as a client, because some of you have accounts.
Yes, I know. I know.
So
So the
please
last
first
question is,
start with that internally, and there is no link somewhere. The system generates and sends the mail real time as you are working.
the last question
And
before our
sorry,
time.
once the mails go, they can now use the link and go to password reset, which will last for 15 minutes if they do not reset. And if they do not use it within the first 15 minutes, they can always retry it another time to reset. But sometimes they'll be asking you, please send us password. Please, nobody should send anybody a password. It's between man and machine. Nobody knows anybody's password, not even you,
Then
the administrator.
the
Yes,
last
please go ahead.
question, sir.
Yes, please go ahead. Yes.
Last question is that when we have an internal charge that we want to include to a client, how can we implement it for
Yeah,
clients?
I think we spoke about this some time ago. It has to do like
How to
a
include
batch process somewhere.
internal
It has
charge?
to be like a
Yeah.
batch process for the accounts department, because batch processes or automated processes like that are highly, in fact, they can be of serious high risk. It has to be approved. But then what we'll do is that we'll give you a format by which you can do them. You can put them in that format, and we might help you to upload that batch provided they are approved. But no instant automated.
Okay.
There's something we call JV upload. We will use that JV upload facility, just like what we are doing with your CSS position, so that we know that it's under controlled environment. So that tomorrow nobody can just go there and trigger anything and begins to pass things to people's accounts.
You are
Like
going
I
to
told
use
you,
which one? DVS position.
no, there's something called JV upload, Jana voucher upload. It's for bulk.
Okay.
It's for bulk transaction updates, But then we want to be sure we understand what you are trying to do, so that because when the crisis happens, hey, to support you on that thing is not usually very easy. That's why it has to be under a controlled environment, because it's not something that just happens. That's happened in some places now, that some companies have gone to update an account with about 2,000.
No, what the management wants to do is that in the course of trying to inform them about our onboarding to fix, we want to inform them those that are going to come on board is not all clients. So we have to first inform them about our internal charges for to be able to make room for all this.
Okay, Abio. Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
it has to be those people that are going to come on
and please,
board.
when you are doing that, let me
That's why
advise.
we want to
Yeah,
include
let me advise you. When you are doing that, you need to coin it in a manner that does not really reflect a proper technology charge. You should just be in such a solemn marketing manner for them to just appreciate why they are to do that. Are you with me? Because some of them can be very funny. I know what they are doing in some houses over something like that. They will just say, who are you? Are you the only one to offer this kind of service?
like a technology to just be like
And at the same time, also do that so that you don't flout any of sex rule. You also need to be very careful so that in your write-up, you also don't flout anything that may be contrary to any of the SEC rules. No, sorry, these are just my own communication recommendations.
So will you try and put through on that?
Okay, no. Okay, JV upload. No, JV upload, like I told you, there is a format. We can share that format with you. Yeah, we can actually put up something and share a format with you. So when you have that format laid out,